Necro. Alex. Necro and Alex. Alex and Necro.
気合いでいきましょう。はい、ありがとうございます。気合いで、気合いで頑張っていきましょう。本日6対6。先頭は柴田さん対ブルブルさん。さあ、ここは
That's a safe super. It's not always safe. I think Alex can punish it from that range. I don't think that auto hit confirms. He could have landed into a parry. That was a free punish. That was an easy one. I think that super... I don't know if that super actually hits low. I always down parry it. There's no particular reason to up parry or down parry something most of the time. Unless it actually requires you to do one of those two. I know you can down parry that super. There's nothing Necro can do to stop you from down parrying it, so... But he could have just landed into that and just parried it and just been done with it. I mean, if you should have tweeted that I was going to start streaming. We got the BAF Cup later today, though, so whatever. Plus, there's all these auto hosts and whatnot. It looks like there's a lot more Twitch viewership just flying around. It's so hard in this game to combo out of down fierce. It's basically impossible. Alex's down fierce is not like... It doesn't have that much hit stun. It's mostly just for air to airs. It's really bad as air to ground because it's really punishable and doesn't lead to any reward. But as an air to air, you can combo into knee. It's like an entirely different tool in this game than it is in Street Fighter 5. A lot of things that were kind of very shrug in Street Fighter 3 kind of became okay in 5. They did a good job making Alex actually, like, they did a decent job making all of his tools actually have a purpose. Not a perfect job, but a decent one. Ooh. That was some scary jumping. Elena versus a low tier character. I think this one's actually pretty fair. Elena usually destroys anyone low tier though. Elena's kind of really badly balanced. She doesn't really get creamed by any high tiers. She does poorly against a lot of high tiers, but she doesn't really get creamed. But she, like, kind of creams characters below her. She doesn't have that many fair matchups. You got, like, a lot of matchups where she wins, like 3-7 or 4-6. Which, you know, is terrible from a balance perspective. And then you also have a lot of matchups where she wins, where she like loses 4-6. But she has even matchups against almost no one. She's like overall, like her net matchups make her like low tier or like the very bottom of mid tier. But even among the low tiers, she doesn't compete fairly. I should say, especially among the low tiers, she doesn't compete fairly. I think that her problem kind of speaks a lot to the greater problem of Third Strike as a whole. The problem is highly like footsie based. She cleanly beats a lot of low tier characters in footsies because their footsies can't hang with like, you know. Ooh, he went for the double. That's really hard to hit. That's like one frame. It depends on the character and the range. That might have been impossible from the distance he was. It's quite easy up close. Wow, that didn't cross up. That was a cool drill. Drill like never ever crosses up. But that was a range where Elena probably wanted to walk under, but Necro was too tall. His push box was too huge. That could have been a juggle, maybe for the kill. Necro has a good backdash. Necro has lots and lots of dizzy, which matters in this matchup. A lot of characters have like all of the dizzy localized to like 2 things. But Necro actually has it somewhat evenly distributed. His throws do good dizzy, most of his special moves do good dizzy, like electricity does, his hammer hook, spinning hook thing does, his overheads both do. I think his command grab does, hit grab. His supers do, or rather his super 3 does. His super 1 I don't think does any dizzy. Most of his normals have pretty good dizzy. It's like he actually has just across the board kind of like good stun output. And of course that matters a lot against certain characters, namely Remy. This matchup is like decently like fair. It's like shades of Dhalsim Guile, but not nearly as bad for the Guile archetype. They both play more close range. That's third strike in general, though. The kind of rush down Guile and the kind of rush down Necro. What up, some guy? What the hell? Oh, he's wasting time. No, what the fuck? He was losing. That was really strange. Timer scammed himself. He just felt like going to the next round with 1 less bar. I can't even fucking imagine the thought process that went into that. It's kind of hard to approach through those fireballs, but if you just parry them, Remy gets literally no meter. You only get meter when a fireball is blocked or hits. You don't get any meter if it's tossed or parried. So if you just stand back and parry the fireballs, you get meter and Remy gets none. So yeah, you're not really doing anything to approach, but you're like Remy's wasting time, which can be good for him if he's winning. But he's like net giving you resources. Of course, if you have full super meter, just parrying won't do anything for you or Remy. So it's him wasting time and you not getting anything for it. The X hits a little bit faster than regular. That's why he did that. It's kind of technically a harder parry too, although oftentimes it isn't. Because despite the appearance of that starting with a low one, you can parry it both high or both low. No, you don't get meter for throwing fireballs in third strike, only when they are blocked. Remy gets very low meter, even when his fireballs are blocked anyway. Remy gets probably some of the least super meter of any character in this game, which is a shame. You get decent amount of power to parry too, so. This is like Remy's actual playstyle, and it is, for the record, it is good against Alex. Like this is vaguely a counter pick. Not really, because Alex can just kind of abruptly win, but it's like probably somewhere around. If it's probably 5-5, but if it is 6-4, it's in Remy's favor. But it's probably 5-5. But you can really see like Remy's capacity to zone Alex is actually pretty good. But like if you look at a super bar, if you look at Remy's super bar, you just realize that all the stuff he's doing, like he probably has built like 1 super total over the course of this round. Maybe like 1.5. Alex has a nice mix-up. That overhead's one of the better overheads in the game. It's not that bad because Remy's EX moves are only okay, and his supers are not great. So like not getting that much meter is not a huge deal for him. He mostly just needs that like, you know, wall that he puts up with the repeated sonic booms. This is a really bad scenario for Remy. Ooh, very nice pickup. Being cornered is shit. Yeah. He like could not get out of the corner. Alex held that really well. That's like not so easy as it looks. That was like some really good corner control. Remy has the low average health. It's like the 950 equivalent. It's not that low. It's like it's not really an irregular amount of health. It's like the same health that like Chun-Li or Oro has. It's just his stun is really low, but his health is like low average. His mobility is also surprisingly good for a turtle character. He can get away really, really quickly, and he can also approach really, really quickly. Ooh, that counter poke. Ah, he's supposed to be a whiff cancel. Alex actually could have gone for a super there, and the super would have killed. It's like good to go for that, especially in this game. Like if you don't kill someone, comebacks are very easy in this game, or very possible, I should say. They're not very easy, but like there's a good chance that a comeback can happen if you don't finish the opponent off. And for the most part, for almost every character, meter is not super useful. Like most characters are intact without bar. Only like a few, like Chun-Li, really doesn't want to use the bar if she can't help it. It's generally worth it to just burn the bar to secure the kill, especially as Alex, who has terrible uses of meter. He really should have done stand forward into super and just not had the follow-up mix-up. Nice confirms. This Ken is killing it. I like his little post-super mix-up too. The low short DP, that's harder than it looks. Whoa, trying to be a nut. Oh my god. DPs aren't invincible, or they have some invincibility, but they've got really, really good hitboxes and they start up really fast. So they're still decent against pokes, and by decent I mean pretty good. The risk is pretty high, because damage in general is higher in third strike. Most characters have some combo that does like 50% of your health, if they have a super. And having a super is something that's fairly common. Like you'll have a super more often than you won't have one. For most of the cast. Especially if you're running one of them supers like Ken Super 3, Dudley Super 3, where it's just like a super short meter. Nice punish. He went for the stun ender, which is also the reset. It's not really the stun ender, I guess it is. Yeah, you saw that reveal trailer, huh? That shit looked pretty good. In case anyone ever watches this archive somewhere way down the line, Colleen was revealed today. She looks neat. She can punch you repeatedly, and also freeze the ground. And also she has 4 costumes. I feel like they made all of the good decisions. I feel like if they called her Helen, the name Colleen would have disappeared. So I like that they called her Colleen. I feel like they took, they just I was curious on which design they were going to use, and then they literally added a costume for everything. So it's just like, you don't even have to fucking choose which design you want. You got all of them. You can pick the asymmetrical hair. You can pick the fucking Russian girl. It is 4, isn't it? I don't remember. Her retrigger is pretty cool in general. Everything about her is pretty cool in general, I suppose. Whoa. That got my Karakusa. Way to go for a regular grab. Why, in what universe is your DP punish dashing into regular grab? That actually might be a weird scenario for Makoto. For all I know, that's like the only reliable punish. Because Makoto can't walk, unlike other characters, so she might have to dash there to get a punish on like Elena's light DP. Or else be too far away that she has to do like low strong into dash punch or something. And if she dashes, she might not have enough time, because Elena's light DP recovery is actually really good. She might not have enough time to get like a Karakusa, so she might have to go for a grab, because Karakusa is like 7 frames startup and grabs like 3. Yeah, she had an EX move that went through fireballs. She had like a multi-hit attack that may have been a Rekka, and then she could also fire it upwards as one of her enders. She had the ice that crept across the ground as like a V trigger, I guess, or something. She looked really cool. Did Colleen. Really weird use of this Makoto stand around house. I wonder if that's good against Elena. He's hitting it a lot. This is a good Makoto. I've seen him a lot. Sun Q. Dash in Karakus is too cheap. He should land the super here. No, he went for the EX. I guess that's a respectable decision still. It didn't really matter. He would just be doing the same things in a different order. The order that he chose to use them in round 3 basically didn't matter. But considering he might not get another clean opportunity for a super, I feel like using the super immediately was a little bit better. See, that's what I'm talking about. Like, he didn't really get an opportunity to land a super after that command grab. So if he did the super first and then just won through footsies, that would have been less footsies he would have had to do, versus if he did the EX command grab and then waited for another super opportunity, which he wouldn't necessarily get. That did a lot of damage. What the fuck? Ugh. Oh my god, what happened there? That went so far. Yeah, these are a mix-up. Very tricky. Any one of those could have been a Karakusa, and Karakusa would have led to near stun. Tricky. Depending on when Ken hits jump medium kick there, he can either make it over your head, and depending on when he jumps. He can either make it over your head and hit you from behind, or not make it over your head and hit you from the front. And the thing about that, normally meaty cross-ups are really garbage to go for in this game, because of anti-air parries. But the thing about that is you can't auto-correct a parry. So like if the opponent jumps over your head, you have to parry after they jump over your head, which in that setup is like 1 frame. So basically you have to block that jump over cross-up. Or go for the 1 frame parry, which, you know, the downside is if you don't get that 1 frame parry, you eat fucking Ken's jump medium kick into whatever super confirm he wants to go for. Which is of course a needless risk when you can just block your way out. Unless you're really, really good. He could A up. Oh my lord, that whiff punish. Why was he even looking for that? Tricky. Meaty. It was like a way early jump over, and the Makoto saw it was a way early jump over. And normally what you do with a way early jump over, it's like, well, he can't possibly hit me with an overhead because he's gonna land before I wake up. So it's kind of like an invitation to low block. But he did the way early jump over and then an immediate, like he did empty jumped and did an immediate overhead on landing to catch low block. That was like a pretty sick little setup. That was actually really cool. That was low parry into low block. If you're gonna bait, you might as well start with a parry instead of a block. It's a little bit of extra meter. Of course, DP is unsafe either way. It also catches people doing like crouch techs. If people crouch tech with low short or low jab, you can parry it and then punish them. But considering he didn't immediately hit a button, it looks like he reacted. He either was trying to bait or he reacted to the fact that the thing he parried was a DP. He probably did low parry into block or low parry into repeated low parries. Seeing as he just kind of did nothing after low parrying. Tominaga is an extremely good Makoto. This should kill. This should actually kill. No, he doesn't quite have the screen position to get there. Oh no, I think that was it. I think he had it. If he did EX dash punch into regular dash punch, I think that would have killed. His screen position was really garbage at the end of that. But he like had time to fix it, and he actually fixed it, but then he like, I don't know, chickened out. Huh, dash in, laning legs. Everyone saw the Colleen trailer. Holy cow. The crouch fierce beat the EX dash punch coming in. And then she canceled the crouch fierce into taunt. That wasn't like an empty cancel or anything. Just did that after the match. You can taunt after the match in this game. This is back when Capcom didn't give a fuck about hurt feelings. This is when they embraced hurt feelings. Chun-Li's gone. That was the last match, I think. There might be an exhibition after this. Looks like there is. It's fucking YSB. YSB is my favorite. I don't even know which of her attacks is her reskill. Hugo has to play so slow and careful in this matchup. That was such a deep jump roundhouse that even if he parried it, it was still safe. Parry into low forward, Hugo could block the low forward. You gotta be really careful about stuff like that in this matchup. You have to attack super late in your jumps, or not at all. Even with Hugo's health, eating supers fucking sucks. On a forward jump, the body splash is really good. Like, even when it doesn't cross up, because it hits so late always. Ooh, this is actually a super deadly scenario. Something could just abruptly die here. Yep, there it is. After that meat squasher, when she got in the corner and when she ate, the double anti-air clap for stun was kind of high. Like one mix-up, or like two weak mix-ups, like an overhead or I don't know, a meaty clap working. Was just gonna destroy her. I think the video's over now. Oh, the counter was her reskill? So now we've got like 3 parry, no, like 4 parry V-skills. Muru Muru. That's this Alex. I don't recognize the beginning part of his name. Alex's jump fierce just clean beat Necrolo strong. Those neutral jump fierces are really hard to do anything about because they put you in a lot of block stun. You see how he's using that neutral jump fierce. That's meaty command grab. Meaty command grab relies on the opponent blocking. You're briefly throw immune on wake up. But if you're waking up blocking, you're going to be blocking for more than your throw immunity. Blocking only as long as your throw immunity and then hitting buttons is just kind of bad because it opens you up to counter hits really easily. Attacking instantly is your better hope of beating meaty grabs, or like throwing instantly, rather, would be more typical. If someone goes for a meaty grab and you go for an instant grab, your grab will beat theirs because you're unthrowable and they're not. Very nice. Oh, he went for that. Wow! Holy cow! That was pretty cool. That was like several cool things that happened there. He went for the Sonic Boom Ender in the juggle instead of the Flash Kick Ender, which is really abysmal damage, but he used it to get a cross under, which I didn't even know existed. And clearly the Alex didn't either. And then he got Remi's stupid target combo, Because he didn't have a super? I don't know. I didn't see his meter. That was kind of a bad decision. He's trying to catch the anti-air. Remy's nearly stunned. This could be over right now. Me low didn't work. Remy's not a comeback character. This is a big comeback to make. Remy has 2 target combos. Most people think he has 0 target combos because both of his target combos are exceedingly useless. One of them is close jab into stand short. It might be close jab into close short. I'm actually not sure, but it's just jab short when close. And it's not super useful. There's like a couple cool things he can do with it. He can do anti-air, jab short, and then like super if they parry the jab and the short, and it actually all combos too. Like if you do jab short super, it literally, the anti-air jab combos into the anti-air short, which then combos into the super, which normally shouldn't happen. It kind of like breaks the rules of the game. Because none of them cause a juggle state. But they're all fast enough that it works anyway. The game will ignore if moves are supposed to air reset as long as the follow-up hits are really fast. That applies to everyone. And he's also got the stand forward, stand roundhouse, which is pretty much just his strongest ender for stand forward. If you don't have the charge to cancel or the super move to use. But I think the stand roundhouse there doesn't hit crouching opponents, so it's not that good. That's 2 parries. 3 if you're close. Pretty mad unsafe on parry or block though. Rhino Horn is pretty hard to use on a grounded opponent in this game, i.e. impossible. It's decent, the X1 in particular is decent on an airborne opponent, but all the versions are decent on an airborne opponent, and that's pretty good for chipping, I guess. Parries are not that great on Elena. I mean, they are because most of her attacks are kind of one hit only, but her mix-up is really solid, so getting the right parry and not getting Kara thrown and not getting like hit lower, hit overhead is really difficult. You need a good read, but it's not a hard parry. But you need a good read. She's also got a DP she can cancel into if you parry something that's cancelable, which thankfully for Elena is basically nothing. Thankfully for the opponent. None of Elena's fucking attacks cancel. It's really strange to look at that. To look at her cancels. It's like the first hit of Stand Strong. It's like low strong. And then it's like some of her lights, but she doesn't really have that much that combos from lights. So it's really like garbage. It's literally it's basically low strong. Elena's permissible cancels are low strong. Cancelable lights are really not that good in Street Fighter 3 because very few things cancel like combo from lights. On characters with chaining lights, it's okay. It's not even good, it's just okay. It's like nice that Ken and Ryu can do like low short, low jab, low short into a super. That's like the best example. That's like actually useful because that's like a confirmable low. But when you look at like Yang's like crouch jabs into EX Rekka, it's like that's okay. I have no idea what that Remy's name is. It's nice that Yang has that, but like that would be really strong in other fighting games, but it's not that strong in this one. Jabs are too weak. If you can use other confirms, you would. Or like Remy, like 3 crouch jabs into a flash kick. It's like that works, but you never see it. It's just because there aren't that many good opportunities for it, especially because crouch jab is not that good of a button in this game, because it's parryable high or low, and it has very low damage. Nice and lame. This matchup looks like it would be really awful, but it's actually like near fair. It's definitely in Elena's favor, but it's not like hugely in Elena's favor. Elena actually needs healing to keep up in the damage. Like Hugo with a couple good reads, Hugo's damage output is so fucking high compared to Elena's. That like she needs to heal to like keep from like he can just equalize the damage so quickly. All of his health right now is healed health. Healing is pretty strong in this matchup. This is one of the only matchups where healing is like actually really good because he can't. Wow, that stand roundhouse. That hit behind her, and also it's unthrowable. This lane is playing in a way that's kind of obvious, but it's just like, please don't throw me. He's playing in a very don't throw me playstyle. Otherwise dead. If he got stunned, it was basically game over, and he nearly got stunned like twice. But he played really well. No, Hugo's stage is special. It was designed around Hugo. But it's like a little bit of other stuff. Like on Ryu's stage, like Hugo's jump I think knocks over Ryu's bag, but several things will knock over Ryu's bag. A character falling over next to the bag also knocks it over. There's a lot of little stuff like that. I don't think this stage has any interactable things at all. Ooh, good jump. This might kill if he does it right. Nope, he did not go for big damage. So after that EX spin scythe, Elena actually could have done medium spin scythe into low strong into DP instead of just doing DP. And that would have, of course, increased the damage by quite a lot. I don't know if it would have killed. I think it would have. EX DP is an actual good wake up. He didn't get reversal because reversals are true one frame timing in this game. You get it? Yeah, that was cool. That's easier on Elena than most characters, but you can get really far away universal overheads and then link super if it's a really fast super. And Remy super is 2-frame startup. Or rather 1-frame startup then active. So from a very deep universal overhead on a crouching opponent, he's going to be like +2, or even plus like up to like 4, +5 even. I don't know, like a decent amount. So depending on the range and depending on the deepness of the connect and on the crouching of the opponent, you can link super, which is what he got. It's like really hard to react to because you have to react to the fact the opponent's crouching. You have to set your distance up really well, like he just did it there as well. And Remi's pretty good at those. This should be flash kick. He's in a really good position to win now. It's going to be hard for Elena to make this comeback. That's parry into staying forward. Aura has good mobility, and he also has high damage and stun outputs, which make this matchup kind of hard for Remy. It's not free. It's probably 6.5, 3.5. It might be 7-3. I've played it a lot. That feels to be the correct placement. Aura wins it, but he doesn't clean Remy. It's not free. You've still gotta like play well. But Aura wins. Remy genuinely has some decent anti-air options, which is actually pretty important in this matchup. Aura can't just jump in a whole bunch. Remy can make Oro guess a lot when he's jumping in. Midi low forward. Bafnet? Why? I haven't even dropped a frame. Everything's on the screen. That emote just makes me nervous every time I see it. It's like, what's wrong? Jump Fierce. That's one of his good anti-air options. What do you think of Colleen? She looks cool. Pun absolutely 100% intended. I might play her. Jump Fierce to Flash. That was kind of cool. Yeah, Remy has total like screen control right now. You can really see this is like a well-played Remy for anti-aura. Yeah, his anti-airs were super unpredictable. And that was helping him a lot. Or I can nearly kill Remy off a single touch. That's kind of a big deal. Especially if you've got Remy in the corner, you actually have a Super 3 touch of stun, which is of course also a touch of death. You can literally just instantly kill Remy if you've got him cornered and you get a nice Super 3 confirm. Remy's got a nice model. Some homo when I say Remy is one of the more, what's the word? Aesthetic Street Fighter characters. Aesthetic was the word I was thinking of. Remy is aesthetic. Remy is genuinely probably my favorite Street Fighter design. My only complaint is blue hair. This alt looks great. The black jacket, the blue pants, the blonde hair. He looks fucking unbelievably cool. Nice reaction. EX Flash Kick punishes that. EX Flash Kick has true invincibility. Quite risky though. No Flash Kick cancel. Flash Kick is really hard to use well. Rising Rage Flash. Very nice. This Remy's killing it. This Remy is seriously killing it. The key to beating Oro is to anti-air if you're Remy. I mean, like, having good anti-airs is a really weird concept in Street Fighter 3. Because in Street Fighter 4 or 2, or 5 even, the key to having good anti-airs is consistency. And consistent anti-airs in Street Fighter 3 will literally get you killed. That is the absolute worst property of having good anti-airs. You need to be extremely inconsistent. You need to have basically like 4 options that all have different counters that all also function as anti-airs, which Remy actually has. Remy can make you land on a boom, he can make you land on stand strong, he can make you land on crouch fierce, he can like jump and meet you midair with like a jump fierce or a neutral jump roundhouse or something like that. He can tag you with anti-air jabs, and if you try and parry through them, he can just keep on mashing jab and you'll never hit the ground. Nice punish. That's a 3-frame super. Does okay damage, and it's also safe on block. It's also safe on parry. He can anti-air with that super, he can anti-air with this other super, he can anti-air with an early or late flash kick. Remy has lots and lots of options. Yeah, the DLC characters are literally my favorite characters in Street Fighter 5. By far, like all of them. I like the balancing philosophy of the DLC characters a lot more. I don't think Jury's underpowered. I think Jury's underrated. Wait till Infiltration pulls out Jury and then we'll see. Very nice. Gal and Yurian are very popular. Ibuki is not popular, but like the people who play her like her. But like most people just kind of ignore Ibuki when she's a selectable character. Ibuki has this really bad perception of being difficult, which isn't really true anymore. Juri also has that perception of being difficult, but people like Juri's character design more, so she gets more players anyway. I think nearly everyone likes Balrog, both as a character and as a gameplay style. The only complaints I've ever seen about Balrog were just like he's too strong. And even then, I don't think he's like really... I mean, he's definitely good, but I don't think he's so good that he's like ruining the game or anything like that. In what universe was Rose not the play there? He could have still done the short swing blow after the Rose. Rose put Ken into a terrible scenario. Q. He went for the red parry on the last one. You don't need to do that. He was just greedy. He gives him a bigger punish, but he dropped it. Ugh. Dudley's full screen presence is not that good. Except for EX Machine Gun Blow when he has that, but even then that's not as fast as it looks. So Q can actually get some taunts and footsies here and there. Ibuki's optimal combos aren't hard. Like, what the hell? What even are Ibuki optimal combos? What does it mean to not want to do Ibuki's optimal combos? I'm like trying to think. Like, what the hell? Well, what combos are there apart from the optimal ones? What's he doing? What's he doing apart from like what you would do? Is he doing like fucking jab strong fierce in scenarios where you can get crouch fierce? Because that's only barely losing damage. HP Rida instead of LP. That is damage optimal. It's just not position optimal. That just sounds like not using enough of her tools. That doesn't sound like unoptimal play. I mean, it does sound unoptimal, but it doesn't sound like, you know, that kind of unoptimal. Maybe I just got the wrong idea. ABC into kunai or heavy Rida. ABC actually doesn't combo into kunai or Rida on block. Can't cancel it on block. So that's a really bad combo avenue for hit confirming. It's still okay if you can do the light punch, medium punch, light kick on reaction. It's actually really good. It's actually like her best. Is that a punish? It can be. He just missed it. Yeah, that guy just sucks. Your friend just sucks. It's not like Ibuki's anti-airs are hard at all. They're literally just bog standard anti-airs. There's nothing more difficult about doing Ibuki crouch fierce than there is about doing Ryu crouch fierce. And that's like her best anti-air. For consistency's sake anyway. Which of course is the most important thing when it comes to an anti-air. Oh my god, he got all of them. Elena is one of those characters where you can easily juggle lows on her. Karine actually has some optimization problems. Or not problems, like her combos aren't that hard, especially anymore. The only combo that Karine has that's genuinely hard, she's got like two. And they're not really like super, no, they're kind of hard. The only combos that Karine has that are genuinely hard are Instant Tenko into Orochi and Instant Tenko into Rekka's into down punch into down kick. The first one is genuinely like, yeah, I don't know, you need like decent timing on both. Oh, about anti-airs, I'm dumb. Well, I mean, it's still true that Karine's harder to optimize. Or rather, there's a lot of unoptimal combos that people could go for. Like, I've seen hella Karine players do, like, their confirm is literally, like, low strong, stand strong into light, Mujin Kyaku. It's like, nice confirm, nerd. How about Kareen's Crouch Fierce? Not as an anti-air, but as a optimization tool. We finally hit a point where, since they reduced the damage on Stand Fierce. Ooh, nice parry. Since they increased the damage on her Crouch Fierce, there's actually a reason to do Stand Fierce and a reason to do Crouch Fierce now. And pretty much every Kareen just uses Stand Fierce. But now, like, there's occasional scenarios where the Stand Fierce is losing damage. Like, if you see a Kareen player do, like, get a Dizzy and then do, like, jump roundhouse into Stand Fierce, it's like that's the wrong button. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like, everyone does it. Everyone's still holding on from Season 1. It's like, well, these are, like, this is what I used to do here. But now Crouch Fierce is actually better. Like, I've seen, like, 2 Koreans actually use, like, Crouch Fierce properly. But the problem is now it's a decision you have to make. You used to always use Stand Fierce because it had the better hitbox, and it, like, came out faster, I think. Get it? He got it. That was cool. And it's just kind of more general purpose. Safer on block. But now you still use it for all those scenarios, but if you just want damage in a scenario where, like, you're guaranteed to hit, where you've already got the confirm. Oh, linking too. Stand Fierce works better in links. Counter hit low strong into Stand Fierce. Yeah, it's actually, like, from a hitbox perspective, it's actually really good. It's just purely the fact that she moves so far forward. Just kills its use. It is not an accident that Korean's anti-airs are bad. That looked like a meaty command grab. It was exactly the same idea that gave us Street Fighter 4 Vega. They wanted Korean to either have to spend bar or, like, miss anti-airs. And that's because her ground control is, like, better than the rest of the cast, so they wanted it so that, you know, if you have perfect ground control, you also shouldn't have perfect anti-airs. That was the idea. That was the thought process. I don't really like balance like that, but it doesn't really seem like it's made Kareen too strong or too weak, so I can't really complain. Cheap. Kuni Ryu. Hugo's really exciting whenever he's on the screen. I always get really hyped. I'm not even a Hugo main, but it's just like whenever I see Hugo. Kami's ground control is almost as good. And she does have better anti-airs, like by far better anti-airs. I would say Kami's like top 3 anti-airs in the game. Oh, that was nice. It's quite difficult to actually get that. Stand hard kick is actually like better than most people give it credit for. It works at a lot of ranges. It's just kind of slow. That's its only downside. Like, stand hard kick has better ranges of success than back medium punch does, honestly. DP is the best anti-air, of course. But, you know, if you can't get the motion out in time. Got him. Oh no, got her. I like kind of considered that might have happened, but I didn't think about it in time. I would say Kareen has slightly better ground control than Kami does. And then it's also nice that she has a bit more stun too. He missed both of those. If he got one of them, I think he would have stunned Ryu. I don't remember that juggle being super difficult. It might be more or less difficult depending on the character you're doing it on, but I seem to recall it being kind of easy. I'm surprised he missed it twice like that. Makoto's in a really awful scenario right now. Like one overhead or one Stand Fierce will just stun her. There we go. Oh, he went for style. I've seen that combo. So because he didn't stun her instantly, if Ryu stuns with his Denjin, he can't get a meter in time to do an EX combo on the Dizzy opponent. That's like a very well-designed, deliberate decision. That's why Denjin only has one bar. But if Ryu almost stuns you and then like does kind of a follow-up scramble to stun you with like post-Denjin, he'll often get that meter by the time he actually gets the stun. Getting a near stun is like literally like better than getting a stun a ton of the time. This video's done. Let's watch another. Hell yeah, look at this matchup. Alex Q, holding down them tiers, holding back them tiers. Lagging while they're putting up the names. It always lags when they're putting up the names. Wake Up Stomp. I'm pretty sure that Wake Up Stomp is unthrowable. If you can't land parries, you basically can't use Q's command grab at all. Or you can use it as a really bad tick throw. That neutral throw, you never see that with Q. Q has 3 throws. He's got the neutral throw and then a forward and back throw. I haven't seen that animation in a long time. Q's almost always go for the back throw because his car throw is off of the back throw. It's back strong into throw. And Q's got literally the biggest car throw in the game. Yeah, airborne frame 1. That would make it unthrowable. Oh, this Alex is playing the mix-up super well. Also, the names literally never went up. And it's still looking a bit jittery. Gamespot versus, please. Alex's DDT, Spiral DDT, is literally a garbage move. They got rid of it for the same reason they fucking got rid of Thunderbolt and Third Strike from Dudley. If you have a special move that literally does nothing at all, you just remove it. Red Q is best Q. I also like yellow Q. That stun bar. Oh, there it is. He went for max image meterless. He wasn't going to kill no matter what he did. But he had 2 bars and like there was no reason not to super there. It was just a bit of extra damage. He did that with such confidence. EX slash elbow on block into super. Super as an attempted punish. They got rid of Thunderbolt and Third Strike, they just didn't get rid of it in Street Fighter 4. Dudley had Thunderbolt in New Generation and Second Impact, and then they took it away for Third Strike because it did nothing. And then they, you know, made it do something in Street Fighter 4. But even then it's nearly useless. Oh. Thunderbolt was almost entirely used for getting out of the corner. Like the only time I ever saw Thunderbolt from Dudley players was with Thunderbolt into FADC, and it is one of those moves where you can FADC it even if it doesn't hit. And they would just use like that fucking Thunderbolt FADC to just get out of the corner. That was it. 2 bars to get out of the corner is like fair. It was very obviously a very experimental special move though. It's still looking kind of jittery and they still haven't put names on. Get it together. Alex has this unfortunate problem that pretty much everything he has doesn't combo from lights. Which is a shame because pretty much his lights are his only remotely comboable moves. The only thing that Alex has that combos from lights, I'm pretty sure, is his Super 2. Which, as you would expect, is, like, you know, it's good, but it's really highly specific. Getting 2 jabs into Super 2. Like, you occasionally see an Alex do that. This is the East-West War 1606-16 Thursday. I think it's Thursday. It has a tree in parentheses. Usually when I see a tree in parentheses, I think Thursday. Because the name of Thursday in Japan is Tree Day. It's kind of cute. The days of the week. It's Sunday and Moon Day, which is literally Sunday and Monday, literally the same day names. And then it's, what is it? Fire Day, Water Day, Tree Day, Gold Day or Money Day. I think it's Gold Day. I don't know. And then what's Saturday? I'm actually drawing a blank on Saturday. No, this is not live. Oh. That's why in a lot of like RPGs that have like a fictional date system, Japanese RPGs that have a fictional date system, they'll say like on Sparrow Day in the month of the swallow. They'll like say something like that. It's because the Japanese dates actually like sound like that. I'm pretty sure this guy did that. I'm pretty sure Paper Mario did that. I've seen like a bunch of games do that. Have like some retarded day. Kind of freaking out that I can't remember what the fuck Saturday is. I can't even remember the word for it. Getsuyobi. What is it? What are they all? Getsuyobi, Kaiyobi, Suyobi, Mokuyobi, Kinyobi. Is that the one? I can't remember. Can't remember Saturday. The Tarkatans and the Traps. I mean, theoretically I know it, but I can't think of it. Doyobi. Oh, that's it, isn't it? That actually is it. Yeah. I still remember how to write that character. I remember how to write all these characters, but that Yo, I remember learning that. Doyobi. That's like a very basic thing to forget.
なんだよあれ、しかも起き上がりだから起き上がり前に連覇ってことですよね。なんなんだろう。すげえな。
昇竜拳が出なかったのかもしれない。
昇竜拳が出なくて、あ、出なかったって歩いたのかな。
出なくても斜め下ですね。
なんし恐ろしい。
さあ、ゲージはあるので冷静にいってほしいですね。
ここは一撃ビリビリが入れば。
No attempted punish. I think if he red parried the last hit, he definitely had like low strong. If he didn't red parry the last hit, which he didn't, I'm pretty sure he might have been able to Super 1. I don't know. Super 1's range is kind of bad. It was definitely fast enough, but the problem was it might have been too far away. You guys literally don't want to know how long it took for me to realize that Necro was speaking English, because of his weird-ass voice. Slam dance! Electric snake. I think a lot of people want Necro to come back. He seems like a pretty cool character. Or not, obviously, I think he's pretty cool, but he seems really loved. Nice punish. Season 3 will be the season of Season 3 will be the season of Final Fight characters. Season 4 will be the season of Third Strike characters. Mark my words. Nice parry. You're not even in a... He tried to landing get a punish, but that was just not a good idea. He should have just gotten both parries and then hit Necro midair. There are a lot of people who are saying Colleen looks pretty cool. Didn't you see like the fucking Reddit thread? She got lots and lots of butt boats, and a lot of people were like, I wasn't excited, but now I am. There was no one who cared about Colleen before the reveal, but now people have seen her. It's like, you know what, she could be cool. Oh yeah, the crossover characters. Oh yeah, General Ram. Oh yeah, the Battletoad. Rash. You guys best believe we're gonna have a Colleen only Baf Cup. Man, that fucking super hurts so bad in this game. You eat that super, it's GG. I think Hugo fixes a lot of really, really big problems of Street Fighter 2 Zangief. But like... that's lost now. People don't think about Hugo like what he did to Street Fighter 2 Zangief. They think about what he does compared to like Street Fighter 4 Zangief. You know what I mean? One of the problems that Street Fighter 2 Zangief had was that his super was nearly useless. It was really fast. It was faster than his regular command grab. But by the time you had a super as Zangief, probably a regular SPD would kill. You know what I mean? Like, you only got super after, like, most of the way through a round. And then, if you're most of the way through a round, like, if you used enough lariats or whatever that you had a fucking super, if you'd fucking landed enough damage on the opponent that you had a super, like, probably an SPD would kill or nearly kill. Same with T-Hawk. The mere act of having super meter carry between rounds, like, affects so much for Hugo. There's a lot of stuff like that. you can easily see like how they tried to like keep the stiff mobility and like weird ways of countering fireballs. Ken's best buttons, low strong and stand strong, are both extremely good. Low strong can be linked into super on reaction on standing or crouching opponents, and also is really fast to whiff to build meter, and it has a good hitbox. Stand strong can also be linked into super on reaction and also builds meter fast. Close strong leads to a star combo, and a star combo is really fucking good. It's like safe, and you can cancel into safe things like EX Fireball, but you don't even need to cancel it. And then his overheads are really fucking good. Both the towards roundhouse, which you don't see that often, and the back forward, which you see absolutely all the time. And both overheads can be linked to super on a crouching opponent, which of course is a pretty big deal. So low short, low jab, low short into super is a low super confirm, and back forward into super is an overhead super confirm. So Ken has super confirms off of lows and overheads, which is a trait only shared with Dudley. I mean, technically everyone can do a super off of a low and an overhead, but most of them are shit. Most of them rely on a very deep universal overhead, or like a low short that's just cancelled immediately. But Ken actually has like two good setups that combo into super. Ken is like high tier in second impact. He's like the low end of high tier. He's like noticeably worse than like Dudley or Ibuki or Sean. He's not like way worse than Sean though. Dudley, Ibuki, and Sean I think are pretty clearly the best characters in second impact. She might still be a super defensive character, honestly. There's nothing about her from the trailer that made me feel like she was rushed down, except the fucking freezing the stun bar. Ah, that link! Very far away universal overhead to low short. That's more precise than linking to super, because low short is a slower attack. Gauss medium kick is a pretty good button. It's especially good as an anti-air from certain ranges. It goes farther out than Crouch Fierce. It's like a good poke though. It's like not a bad poke. It's just a faster, like it's like a faster, less rewarding back fierce. It also moves his hurt box a little bit. Nice punish. Can't find a use for back hard punch. It's gotten a little worse because you can't link it from Sonic Booms anymore. I use it a lot as like the crush counter starter. It's so easy to get crush counters with it, and it's like a fairly good normal to go into V-trigger from if you get that crush counter. It's definitely got some stiff competition with his new normals in Season 2. But like you can still do back fierce into V-trigger and then like juggle a flash kick if you get the crush counter. Or even juggle it down towards roundhouse if you're close enough. Or you can get back fierce without the crush counter and then V-trigger cancel and get like EX booms. And that's like pretty good. It's really easy to empty cancel it into V-trigger, and if you empty cancel it to V-trigger, you get decent conversions, even if you're really far away. Ah, that was a good parry. Jump back into parry as she goes for her button that beats the jump back in the corner. That was smart. He would not have done that DP if both of those hits were blocked. But but he tried to do the DP to interrupt her parry follow-up.
背負ってるマジか
It kind of gets jumped in on. I like don't mind using attacks that get jumped in on as Guile because I want the opponent jumping. That's like the preferred state for me.
はい6人目シーマさん誠です。誠戦
And it's kind of fast enough that her blocks issues don't really hurt it unless you're using it from outside range, which is
はこの
not a terrible place to use it. Ooh, nice jumping combo.
辛くさ食らうと
I like using that button quite a lot as Guile.
死ですから
I like its hitbox. I like its speed.
ジャンプだけ
I like that it's an uncrouchable attack that goes as far as it does. Guile's like really strapped for those.
裏に回って膝
Like every attack that goes farther is either, well, the only attacks that go farther are like towards Fierce, which is crouchable, and Stay Roundhouse, which is slow as shit. So I like that back Fierce kind of has that balance of like not being slow as shit and not being crouchable and still having an acceptable range.
食らっても溜めている
Poor medium kick is okay. It does a similar thing, but it doesn't get the crush counters.
かぶりてみから大様こういう時にしっかり投げてくるさあゲージがないが
It also doesn't work with V-trigger cancels at all, which is the main reason I use back Fierce in the first place.
もう一回最後まで暴れてきた
Back Fierce is really good with the dead OS, too. I use that quite a lot. The big man.
え
This is the second half of the same tournament.
園田さん
I know because it's got the later and half kanji. I do not play any Yu-Gi-Oh at all.
結構大変だと思うんですけどちょっとレギュラーの単価が違いすぎるっていうのであんまり安定してっていうあれもない
I mean, it really depends on how you use it. I was getting a lot of CCs when I used it.
捕まったり
It's a good whiff punish too, I don't know. I would say as a whiff punish it's pretty good.
自分から触りに行ってますよ
Guys like the best whiff punishing normal is probably just EX Boom. But back Fierce is probably the second best whiff punishing normal. Ah, nice matchup. Nice Hugo versus Remy.
ゼロドット
This is a bad match.
投げ返すシュートを台で出してしまったと
I feel like they're pretty bad except for like back Fierce, which I feel like is okay. But again, EX Boom is Gal's actual best whiff punish. And it's really good. The only downside is that it costs meter. I like the Colleen trailer a lot.
このリーチの差
Damn, you should have known what was coming, dude. Like we've known that the next character would be Colleen for a long fucking time. Her outline was pretty plain. And we already knew the season 2 characters were all gonna be like new characters. Don't like hate on new characters just because like they're new. Honestly, like the new characters they brought have been a lot cooler to me than like the I feel like when they bring back an old character, they often bring back the defects of the old character, you know what I mean? Basically reaffirms. Did you ever doubt? They said that. Why the fuck did you like choose to disbelieve it?
カス当たり
That super doesn't juggle very well at all. That's an overhead. Remy has an overhead. Fun fact.
さあこの距離で
I don't know why everyone likes Q so much. That's like the thing. Like, I'm not even trying to bash you, Setsuna. But like, what the fuck? Like, I feel like everyone who likes Q. I mean, Q has a 10 out of 10 design. Don't get me wrong. But everyone who likes Q, like never played Q. Because there is very little to like. Q is a borderline incomplete character.
いや全部
And he's extremely, like, he's very gimped.
7人目 D5 さんさあ
He has basically no cancels. He has basically no low game. He has like very few combos. His damage is pretty good. He has like no way of like doing anything except for parrying. His confirmed game is pretty shit.
じゃあもう画面に行っていいでしょう。
I like Colleen a lot, from what little I've seen.
ちょっと危ないこれ。ちょっと危ない。これだってしゃがみぐらいしたらグレーブで死ぬ体力だこれ。これはやると思った。
Jump over into EX flash kick. Seeing so much use. That's so gimmicky. Very nice.
ほらね、半分減ったでしょ。
I really like new characters. I liked Rashid a lot. I like Laura a lot. I like Fong a lot, ideally. I don't know. The actual application of Fong is very stupid. I feel like they need to fix Fong's basic game plan.
差をぶつけていってほしい。
I feel like it's not right now. I feel like his entire character should be based around Nishikyu. And it looks like it kind of is. But it's not. Nishikyu isn't good enough. They need to either adjust other characters' answers to Nishikyu or like do other stuff. And they need to basically just redo his normals almost.
ゲージがないからしょうがない。
It's like they had this cool idea for Fong as like a poking character, and then you actually see like high level Fong gameplay, and it's like repeated cower crouches. It's like that probably isn't what they wanted.
死は咎めるぞと言わんばかりの。
I literally agree, Boost. That's like my exact impression on him. It's just like this feels like it feels like they're just exploiting like one thing. That's a hard parry. He had one frame post freeze to parry that. The parry after the initial parry is not very hard. It's like a fairly easy super to parry. But getting that one frame parry post freeze is quite difficult.
8人目やばい。あと4人しかいない。
I don't know. I don't think Fong could be. Fong is already like pretty oppressive on some characters. I think he's the weakest character in the game right now. Don't get me wrong. But if they do certain buffs to him, it would be very easy to make a Fong that has like crazy counter picks, but also is a crazy counter pick. That's the problem with Fong. I feel like with his current tool set, even if they buff him a lot, there's still going to be characters who give him a ridiculous time. There's still going to be characters where like there's still going to be like Kemi who can just dive kick mix up on him or like fucking EX drill through any of his bullshit. Like literally just automatically just beat everything he can do with just one EX drill. You know what I mean? So like if they buff Fong, there's going to be characters where they don't really fight that kind of zoning really well at all. Like let's pretend Zangief. I don't know if Zangief versus Fong is actually that bad. But let's say that like Zangief suddenly can't get in on Fong basically at all because they buff his zoning a little bit. But then there's still characters like Kemi who just like get in for free. And have like fast normals that he can't interrupt with his slow normals. You see what I'm saying? I feel like Fong is not one... He could be... A small buff could make Fong strong. But it'll make him strong in such a way that he demolishes some characters and gets demolished by others. I feel like that's what's wrong with the zoning-based style he has.
食らっても高抑制確定なんですけどね。まあ意識してないと難しいです。
I feel like the actual way to address that is to make... I think they need to remove... I think they need to make his mine work like the way that Rashid's Typhoon now works. They need to make it so you can't use projectile invincibility or armor to go through the mine. They need to make the mine like 2 hits for every version or something like that, and make it so like you can't dispel the hits with fireballs or whatever. I don't know. I feel like that's actually what he needs. And then they need to like maybe nerf him to justify that. I mean, not nerf him from now. I feel like that if they just buffed that and did nothing else, that would be okay for him right now.
鳥さんと8人目シャルコさん。
But I think that's the kind of stuff he needs. I think they should also make the first hit of stay medium kick way farther. Way farther. I think they need to make his stay medium kick into Juri's stay medium kick. They need to make it so you can get like the first hit from like really far away, and then it's still combos into the second hit. They need to make it into like Street Fighter 4 Vegas Stare Roundhouse.
ボロネコさんに。はい。ざっと
I feel like those two changes would make a world of difference for Fong. You need to be able to do like jab, jab, stand forward. I think a lot of Fung's pressure is kind of fake.
ゲージ使って死ぬのはちょっとあれですね。
He can't really keep plus frames that well, to be honest.
ただこれはショートスピンあ
Poison KO potential. That would be a pretty good buff. That'd be a really good buff. They probably shouldn't do that.
さあどうする首を押さえて中足中継さあワンチャンあるぞ
Nice. That's super, super risky. That's a good buff. That's a buff that would make Fung stronger without making him broken or stupid. Poison to stop redirection of stun.
山本さん並びましたこれで
これで8対8ですね。あ、本当だ。
タラクター
なので、
おさ
They need to adjust his damage in general. They need to make Poison do its damage really fucking fast.
あ要素客で端に運んで
There's not enough time. They like assume there would be more time than there is.
うわー、最強。
If Poison took away damage like twice as fast as it does now, it'd be a lot better.
おお、これでとりあえず1本溜まった形になる。ここはゲージを使ってでも3人は取っていかないといけない手がある。
Very nice. That's a good confirm. Plus 3? Maybe during one of the betas. I don't remember.
上には飛べない。
大丈夫
ここからあるのかあるのか
あるのか
あー、ここはちょっと
I'm assuming that you mean on block naturally.
壊してそうだったから、ちょっとじゃんけんしようかなと思ったんだけど。そこで、
はい
終了でございます。
2人目ヒル準備
Honestly, I feel like Fung should be just more based around. I feel like the intended thing about Fung is just Nishikyu. And that creates kind of a cool meta of like trying to use your like full screen presence attacks to tag Nishikyu as he does it, because it like, you know, works basically like an Akuma air fireball that stays grounded. Like a Dhalsim fireball. It's like a good Dhalsim fireball. What if Dhalsim's fireball was good? But right now, even with the mine, it's too easy to, like, you know, he can't really control your movement that well.
1ラウンド目はひろゆき
Maybe they could make Nishikyu recover a little faster. I don't know.
もう溜まっちゃうんで、
はい
Again, though, if they buffed Nishikyu, it would like create this scenario.
早いとこ1本入ってために
What are Dhalsim's good tools? That really depends heavily on the matchup.
プロって
His air normals are probably some of the best air normals in the whole game, apart from their damage. His V skill is like super, super good for
逃げて中足
halting approach. Because if they try to approach on the ground, you can jump jab them or jump fierce them. If they try and approach in the air, you can jump strong them.
できればこのまま
So like he can hurt you a little bit, but he can also like basically guarantee that you don't get in.
これ以上食らうとと
Fung's lunge thing. That's I don't know.
ステージのこのテーブルはね
I think he says the name of that one too.
密室殺人なんですよ
I can't think of the name of it.
わかんない
Ryoben does the mine. Nishikyu's the up ball.
あっと
Whoa. Sotoja is the push.
さ
I can't think of the other
あ
one.
そう中足を埋めていった素直に埋めていった
やるちゃんとやってくれたちゃんとやってくれてる
ルーさん
I think it's something something Satsu. I don't remember.
さあこれでまた並んで
結構いい調子してますね、お互い。
はいおタックル当たってプロって肘から H3 フレ
Dhalsim's good tools is such a weird question.
タックル
I feel like Dhalsim's a little underrated. I don't know. Maybe not. Dhalsim is very weird, so it's hard to place him. Like, it's easy to see, like, Art play Dhalsim really well, or Filipino Champ play Dhalsim really well.
捕まりましたね
But they're, like, the only, like, real footage I've seen of, like, good Dhalsim players. I haven't even seen any, like, Japanese Dhalsim, to be honest. So it's, like, hard to really say. Dawson clearly has some tools that would be really dangerous if used properly.
テリブル
Like, if you just fight, like, any Dawson player. Oh, he missed that combo.
リップからタックル
Remember Urian?
死んだよ
Look at this stand fierce he's about to get. Oh, he didn't do it. Dawson is good against Gal, yeah. I don't know about counter pick. It's like a good matchup. I guess it is a counter pick. But it's, I feel like it's only like 6-4. It's not that bad. You just have to have a rushdown Guile. Most Guiles just learn Guile like a fully defensive character. Or maybe not so much in Street Fighter V than 4. What the hell are they singing about? Most people learn Guile as a fully... They learn Guile in a very one-dimensional way. They learn the anti-approach Guile. And anti-approach Guile works on every character except Sim.
おめでとうございます
But it's not like Guile's tools are that bad against Sim. It's just that he has to play... You have to play Guile like Ryu against Sim.
苦しそうすごい苦しそう
苦しいところ
酸欠ですよこれ
さあガンガンそれで
ここ一番止まらない
しっかり守っていく投げて
それだけで
I feel like there are a lot of pretend bad matchups where it's just you have to play the character in a way that you normally never have to play them. I feel like Zangief versus T-Hawk is one of those in like Street Fighter 4. It's like that's a matchup where you just have to play Zangief like you have to play against T-Hawk.
2ラウンド目は
Like every character has a very specific way that they play against T-Hawk where they just kind of play defensive. But the thing about
決めて
Zangief is that Zangief only plays that way in that one match. And every other matchup he just plays rushdown mix up like with punish.
パーム
So it's like the one time that you can't do your basic strategy, everyone regards that to be like a really bad matchup, but like honestly it's T-Hawk. It's not like Zangief's tools are even that bad against T-Hawk. He's still got like good punishes for like Hawk dives. He's still got like you know, he's got stand short to punish any sweep or stand short to punish like he can hit like the crouch fierces. I mean the stamina houses.
ユリアンのゲージが怖いが
It's like honestly not really any different for Zangief, but it has this big perception. It's a little worse, but it has this big perception of being a bad matchup, wherein it's just Zangief has to play differently.
張っていく
Anyway, I feel like Sim Guile is one of those, where Guile has to play differently. But it's the only, like everyone else has to play that way against Sim, but that's the only matchup where Guile has to play that way against Sim.
さあもうすぐ3枚目が出るぞ
This might be YSB. I don't actually know. They don't have the names up.
しっかり立っている
YSB goes to these events. This could be him, this could be Dorai. It's hard to say.
月が見えて
はい
月が見えて
今日雨ですけど
雨だけど月が見えて大陸は晴れていてほしい
さあ
He's got like a YSB playstyle. It could easily be YSB. Pow.
お誕生日だったのに
I think Guile beat Cammy in Season 1. I feel like Guile more easily beats Cammy in Season 2.
翔さんのユニです
I've always liked that matchup.
投げて大事
I feel like I understand that matchup really well.
さあしっかり PC から後ろに投げてさあためらわず
Ooh.
中継からこれはちょっと痛いぞよいしょさ
I love that ender.
よいしょ投げて強し
Yena's cheap.
さあ2回ブロっているおっと
Yeah, like he can... Whoa, that poke.
当たり方
That was a sick counter poke. Counter poke the stand medium punch with medium kick. Guile can actually shut down Kimmy's approach, like genuinely. And he could in Season 1 as well.
これちょっと
Kimmy has an insanely hard time approaching Guile.
固めて固めて
And she can't really do anything from afar. You can't like just do like dives. You can't just do jump instant dive. You can't do fucking jump delayed dive. You can't do like hooligan into dive. You can't walk in very easily because he can just low strong your walk-ins, or he can just do nothing, or he can boom you. It's too hard to, it's too inconsistent to approach all three of those. So Cammy will usually be on the losing end of it. Her V skill can be flash kicked on reaction or just low stronged on reaction. I think a nerf to Guile would be slightly warranted. If they nerf Guile, that's fine.
おー富に
Guile was of the right strength in Season 1, and then he got buffed in Season 2, and it's just like he didn't really need that. He didn't need any of those changes. They're all just nice.
投げて
I feel like I think they should remove the fuck out of towards roundhouse into low strong. That should be counter hit only. I think that it was too weak in season 1, now it's too strong.
ない
I feel like he should be able to link.
でしょ
It's hard to say. I feel like it was maybe the right strength in season 1, but now it's way too strong.
思わず固まってしまうところで
Towards roundhouse into low strong is dumb as fuck. At the very least, that should be counter hit only. If he could do low jab anytime, but low strong only on counter hit, that would be okay. That would like still be maybe too strong.
トムに先制してゲージの状況がちょっと
But right now, it's like in season 1, it was jab only on counter hit and otherwise no combo at all.
ゆっくりとゲージを
見て
からの
しっかりガードしていたが浮いてしまう
決勝とやって
というの
It would be fairly easy to nerf those characters the correct amount, based on what we know about them from season 1 and what we know about them from season 2.
体力が抜群な時計なんで
はい
楽しみなラウンドになりました
はいドミニーが下がる発動下がる
Boom's more recovery is not necessary. They already have like a lot. They're already like basically like Street Fighter 4 Ryu Hadokens.
さあレフトが
下げると
はいおろし
They're already jumpable. They don't really need to do anything to that.
ガードしている
What the fuck kind of punish was that?
さあ端に合わせてからゲージ
Could have done a lot better. Could have been jab strong fierce into hard dash punch into the same exact setup. Didn't matter.
足りた
He really just punished with just dash punch.
シンタ君
Maybe he was holding down back and then he did like down, like straight down somehow, and then he went for the parry and then he did like punch, light punch, and then he just got the light dash punch on accident. He did like an accidental quarter circle. That's almost definitely what happened, considering it was like light dash punch.
はい
It's a really strange thing to do.
はい
I think that combo needs to go. I'm okay with him having. I think that it's quite strong to have stand strong into low strong, but I feel like
さあ
that's an okay kind of strong. Like most characters have some variation of that. It's strange that Guile needs prior charge to complete like a frame trap when no other charge character does.
しっかりと殺しにかかると
Every other charge character can do like walk in into some button and then get inherent charge like that. Bison can do like walk in, stand strong, and still get a charge combo, or like a completion, I should say, because he doesn't use charge there half the time. He usually goes into Inferno. But like every other charge character can just do like walk in, stand strong into something. Holy shit, nice super.
半分以上なんです
But Guile's like the one character who couldn't do that, and as of season 2, he can do it with stand strong. But it's like precise. It's like hard, but it's rewarding. But like no one does it because you don't need to do it.
ボクシでしょ小木切断
It would be okay for him to keep that, but they need to get the fuck out of. They need to get rid of towards roundhouse follow-ups.
さあこの TC から
There might be another Guile nerf warranted. I can't really think of it, but I think that maybe like one other thing would be appropriate. I think they'll give Mika mid-screen bounce again, and I think that they'll. I don't know what the fuck they're gonna do with Mika. I don't even think Capcom knows what the fuck they're gonna do to Mika.
の勝利です
I think literally everyone at Capcom offices right now is literally saying, "What the fuck do we do with Mika?"